unless you live in a cave, you know there's a lot of strange things going on in this country right now. I've got a way to help secure your property. It works for me. It would work for you. You know, it's kind of crazy with all the things going on. It seems like there's a lot of violence happening. When we get into a time like this, it's always nice to be able to secure your property. You can do this in several ways. Some of the best ways is number one, put up motion detector lights. Personally, I like to have them on every corner of my cabin. The reason motion detector lights are nice, they'll burn, they'll go out, but if there's any movement at all on the property, they'll click on, which gives you instant notification that something is moving around outside. They have the LED bulbs are out these days, and they burn so little electricity. What used to be a 150 watt bulb burning, that same bulb would be probably in the neighborhood of 25 to 30 watts. That's an amazing decrease in energy. And they might even be less than that. To have motion detector lights up all corners of your building is very, very important. Now, another thing to do is cameras. You know, cameras have become really, really inexpensive. And you can mount cameras on your property that have sensors on them. If there's movement or somebody comes on your property that you don't want to be there, you're going to get notification. And you can even put apps on your phone where bam, it dings on your phone. You look at your phone, hey, there's somebody walking on my property. You might be upstairs sleeping. You might be downstairs sleeping. Bing, you look at it, hey, somebody's entered my property. Real important to secure everything. Make sure you don't get surprised. If anybody gets a surprise, it's going to be that person that's come on your property that you don't want on your property. Bottom line is, it's your property. You have the right to know if someone has entered your property. And the best way to do it is to light it up at night and have cameras, and that way you'll know what is going on. Of course, one of the best securities that you can come up with is that dude sitting right behind me. Get you a good dog, get you a couple dogs. They've got good ears, they got good eyes, they've got big teeth. Tell you what, that guy right there is one heck of a security. Doesn't cost that much either. Bag of dog food every month, well worth it. Train him up, put an invisible fence up, get him a collar. That way he's allowed to roam all over the property, anywhere he wants to go. That way there, he's not fenced in. Somebody comes on your property, he's gonna get a greeting by old Sammy here. Right, bud? That's right. Look at him. That guy is on guard all the time. That's right. You know, even if you don't have a dog, you may not like dogs. You might be a cat person. Still, a sign like this, it's no surprise a lot of people are scared of dogs, and they are a good security system. Back in the day, to have signs like this on your property, somebody might have thought you might be a little weird. Hey, what's the matter? Is that guy a little paranoid? Anymore? No, that's a sign of intelligence there. That's a sign of somebody that understands security. Secure your property. There's no reason for anybody to come on your property and you not know it. good thing. Yeah, you decide to go out and get your security dog, get your watchdog. Don't be worried about if he's a little crazy. Hey, he's got to be a little crazy. He's your first line of defense. He's going to be out there after that person that has come up to do you harm, right? Yep. If they're a little crazy, don't worry about it. That makes them all that much scarier. Yeah, get you a good dog. Get you a good dog. He can be kind of scary. Not gonna hurt you. You train him good, he won't hurt you. But I tell you what, somebody messes around with you, he's on it. He's on it. Yeah. You done? Whoa, Bubba. Easy there, bub. Here he goes. Woo! He gone. You know, if you have the room, here's another thing you can do. Go ahead and put your little gate across the drive. Make sure people know that they are not welcome unless you invite them on your property. Yeah, so don't be afraid to secure up. Secure your property, put you a few signs up, get you a couple watchdogs. Like it all makes sense to me these days. I hope this country settles down and everything goes back on the right axis and we just start rotating like we're supposed to. Get back on the right track and go from there. So security lights are just a real good idea. You don't want to be surprised. If something walks on your property, something comes up next to your house, you want to know. You want that light to pop and you want to be able to identify what has walked up to your house, what has walked on your property. It's just a real good idea. Don't be surprised. If anybody gets surprised, it's that person that has walked on your property. So for anybody that doesn't know how motion detectors lights work, I'm going to do a little walk around the cabin. And I'm going to show you that no matter where I go, I'll have a light that'll pop up and show me the direction. Show me what's out there, and that way I can walk around and know there isn't anybody on the property. So we'll walk this way, and if I come up here to a corner, bam, light comes on. And I come on around, get to another corner. All right, another one's triggered. Go ahead and walk around the corner here. And we should have another one triggered here any second. There we go. There's another one that is triggered. Okay. And you can see another one triggered in front of us. As I circle around, lights are important. Lights let you see. And I've got another one triggered right there. So as I come on around, now the nice thing about motion detector lights is they don't burn all the time. So you don't have that energy consumption. And as I come through here, another one triggers. So there we go. That's all the way around the perimeter. You have lights that can trigger. I usually have them set for anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, which is nice. They are all LED lights, and that's important. That drops the energy consumption way down. So if you have lights and you have the old school lights, go out and get you some LEDs. Now I even have a light as I come down the driveway. I've actually got a pole light out in the yard, and you're going to see it's going to trigger here in just a second. There it goes. Bam! That lights up your driveway and your perimeter. So lights are important. Lights let you see. You know, some people, I think some people have become so scared that they don't really want lights out there. They don't really want to see maybe something that may cause a threat. But heck, don't be afraid to look out and see what's out there. When a light triggers, you'll see it from inside your house, and you could look out, identify what's going on. Cameras, you want to be sure and have infrared cameras that can see at night. That is important. Now, some of the cameras like I have here actually glow red, and it's debated whether or not you want your camera to actually glow where somebody else can see it, and that's debated. I see both sides of it. I can see them being stealth. You know, you can buy them these days that are stealth. You can't tell. They're filming, but you can't tell. So that's one way to have a camera. Another way is the way I've got mine set up. I kind of look at it almost like the lights. If somebody was to come on the property, they're gonna see the cameras. And the cameras are all mounted high, so it'd be very difficult to take them out. It's probably a good thing that you can see them. So anybody wandered on the property, looks up at the cabin, sees a glowing light, knows they're on camera, I'm thinking they're probably going to turn around and leave. And if they don't, the camera wasn't going to stop them anyways, right? I think we live in a new age. I think we live in a new age of security. I think it's important to protect your family, protect yourself. Most of these lights you can buy at Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards. Motion detector lights sell between $29 and $49. Most of the time they're easy installation, especially if you have an electrical box already up in your eave where you'd mount it. If not, if you got to run wires and stuff, probably going to have to get an electrician. Unless you know how to run electricity, you're going to have to get an electrician come in, and he's going to have to get up in the attic, and he's going to have to run some wire in order to hook these up. So that may end up costing a little bit more than obviously than just the lights themselves. So in this video, we talked about security lights, cameras set up, putting a gate across your property. If you have a driveway, put a little gate there. Just put a nice little sign. You don't have to put a giant sign that says no trespassing. Trespassers will be prosecuted. I go by property and on my trips, and especially way out in the country, and you'll see signs that say, you cross this line, you get shot. I'm not so sure a threatening sign works that well to your advantage. But just a nice sign like I've got out here just says, private property, no entry. How can you argue with that? It's a simple statement, but it's a true statement. You know, it's private property. So I guess the only thing we didn't really discuss, how to protect yourself inside. That topic right there goes into so many different areas. There's bear spray. Bear sprays are nice. You can obviously have firearms, tasers. There's all kind of things that you can have to protect yourself and your family. Strange time to be alive in the great USA. Now, if you are one of those people that have decided that have never owned a firearm before, but have decided, you know what, I think at this point I'm ready to buy a firearm. If you're thinking about something like that, I'd invite you to go to my channel. That's LAF Space Film Fest, capital LAF Space Film Fest, and check out a video that I have. It's a beginner's guide buying your first firearm. Check it out. It's lengthy. It's 59 minutes long, so you might even want to watch it in segments. But if you're the person that have never been around a firearm before, you've reached a point now where you're really considering it. I invite you to go watch the video and then go to your local gun store, talk to the people in there. What'll happen is, if you watch the video first, then when you walk up to the gun store and you go through the front door, you're kind of, little play on words here, but you're kind of armed with knowledge. You kind of know the basics of self-defense. When the salesman starts talking to you, you'll be able to follow along what he's talking about. And you'll be able to know whether he's giving you good advice, whether he's trying to push you on something that's way too big, way too powerful, and it's just not going to be a good idea. Yeah, it's just a sign of the times. Can't run, can't hide, but you can protect yourself. You can prepare yourself and your property. Well, thank you for coming to the channel. I really appreciate it. That's LAF Space Film Fest, capital LAF Space Film Fest. You got any questions? Send me a comment. If you like some of these things we talked about, hit the like button. Subscribe if you like. Got a lot of videos out there, a lot of very informative issues, current issues, like this one right here, security in America today. So if you're thinking about buying that firearm for the first time, I invite you to go to my channel, LAF Space Film Fest, and check out the video entitled Buying Your First Firearm. It's very informative, and I think you'll like it. Police are going somewhere. I wonder if the people had security lights and cameras. It's a strange time in America right now. We'll get through it and we'll be safe. Just don't leave it up to somebody else to protect you. Make sure you're protecting yourself and your family. Have a good evening.